Dear Heavenly Father, in the hush of this sacred hour, beneath the quiet watch of the stars and the gentle breath of the dawn yet to come, I come before you with a heart laid bare. In the stillness of this morning, when the world slumbers and all distractions fall away, I lift my soul to you, my refuge, my light, my eternal hope. You who shaped the heavens with the whisper of your will, who painted the galaxies in splendor, and yet know every hidden thought of my heart. How great is your love! How boundless your mercy! How unfathomable your wisdom! You, O Lord, who number the hairs on my head, who see my rising and my lying down, who walk with me in my joys and carry me in my sorrows. I bow before you in reverence and awe. Thank you, my Father, for the gift of this new day, wrapped in quiet and still untouched by worry or burden. Thank you for the breath that fills my lungs, for the beat of my heart, for the life that you have deemed fit to sustain in me yet another day. Thank you for the grace that woke me, for the unseen mercies that have shielded me through the night, for the blessings I see and those I overlook, for the prayers answered and the prayers still held in the silence of your wisdom. I give you thanks. Thank you for the love that pursues me, even when I wander. Thank you for the grace that surrounds me, even when I falter. Thank you for the cross, for the precious blood of your Son, for the redemption that is mine through Christ Jesus. Thank you that I am not bound by my past, that my failures do not define me, that in you I am made new. Thank you for the kindness you pour out each day, for the gentle whispers of your presence, for the moments of quiet where you remind me that I am yours. O Lord, as the morning stretches its arms toward the coming light, I bring before you my heart, in all its need and longing. Search me and know me. If there be anything unclean, unworthy, or unpleasing in me, Lord, wash me. If there be bitterness hidden beneath my words, cleanse me. If there be resentment lurking in the corners of my heart, uproot it. If there be pride that blinds me to my own faults, humble me. If there be fear that chains me, set me free. Forgive me, O God, for every thought that strayed from your truth. Forgive me for every moment I chose my own way over yours. For every time I let worry take the place of trust. For every word spoken in haste. For every kindness withheld. For every grace I should have extended but did not. Forgive me for the days I rushed past you, for the mornings I failed to seek you first, for the nights I carried burdens you longed to bear. Forgive me for loving this world more than I love you, for seeking the fleeting over the eternal, for allowing my heart to grow distracted when it should have been steadfast in you. I lay down before you, O Lord, the weight of my shortcomings, the burden of my guilt, the heaviness of my regrets. In your mercy, wash me clean. Let the morning dew of your grace renew me. Let the hush of this hour be the turning of my heart toward you again. May this be the dawn of a day lived in your presence, in step with your spirit, in harmony with your will. Father, I need your guidance. The path before me is uncertain. The road ahead is often shrouded in mist. And though I wish to walk boldly in faith, my feet sometimes hesitate. Lead me, Lord, light my way. Let my steps be ordered by you alone. In every decision, great and small, let your wisdom direct me. In every challenge, let your hand uphold me. When my heart is restless, remind me that you are already in my tomorrow. When my mind is anxious, whisper to me of your perfect peace. Let me not be swayed by the voices of the world, but let me hear, above all else, the still, small voice of my shepherd calling me to walk in his ways. Give me a heart of love, O God, for you and for those around me. Let me love not only in word but in deed. Let my love be patient, kind, unselfish, and unwavering. Let me love when it is easy, and let me love when it costs me something. Let me love even when it is undeserved, for so you have loved me. Let me be a vessel of your kindness, a bearer of your grace, an instrument of your peace. Let me speak words that heal, Offer hands that serve, and walk in a manner that reflects the light of Christ. O Lord, I need your strength, for I am weak, and the battles of this life are many. There are days when my spirit is weary, when my burdens seem too great, when the road is long and my heart is faint. But you, O God, are my strength. When I am tired, you carry me. When I stumble, you lift me. When I am overwhelmed, you are my refuge. I do not walk alone, for you go before me, beside me, and behind me. Clothe me in your might. Equip me for every task you have set before me. Let me stand firm against every trial, every temptation, every storm that would seek to shake me. Let me find my courage not in myself, but in the one who holds all things in his hands. Father, fill me with hope. When the world is dark, let me remember that you are light. When circumstances seem impossible, let me cling to the truth that nothing is beyond your power. When despair whispers lies, let me hold fast to the promises of your word. Remind me that you are working all things for my good, even when I cannot see it. Remind me that every season has its purpose, that every delay is not a denial, that every waiting is not wasted. Let my hope be anchored in you alone, steadfast and unshaken. And now, O Lord, in the hush of this early morning, I ask your blessing. Bless my home, that it may be filled with your presence. Bless my family, that they may walk in your ways. Bless my work, that it may bring you glory. Bless my words, that they may speak life. Bless my hands, that they may serve. Bless my mind, that it may dwell on what is good and true. Bless my spirit, that it may remain steadfast in faith. Lord, bless those I love, those who have walked beside me, those who have lifted me in prayer, those who have shown me kindness when I did not deserve it. Bless those who are weary, those who are hurting, those who feel alone. Bless the brokenhearted, the lost, the searching, the burdened. Bless those who seek you, and even more so, bless those who have not yet found you, that their hearts may be drawn to your love. Father, let this day be one that brings you glory. Let my life be an offering. Let my thoughts be pleasing to you. My words be seasoned with grace. My steps be aligned with your purpose. Whatever may come, let me trust in you. Wherever you lead, let me follow. And through every hour of this day, let me remember that I am yours, wholly and completely, now and forever. And so, my soul continues to pour before you. O Lord, as the night lingers on the edge of dawn, as the hush of this hour cradles the weight of my heart, the stillness of this moment is sacred, a sanctuary where only you and I dwell, where my spirit bows low in longing, in reverence, in unyielding surrender. I am here, Father, and I do not wish to rush away. For where else would I rather be than in the presence of my Maker? My shepherd, my eternal refuge? Let my breath be a prayer. Let the rhythm of my heart be a hymn. Let every thought that stirs within me rise as incense before you. In the vastness of this night, in the quiet that stretches wide and deep, you are here, you are listening, leaning in, holding every whisper that spills from my lips, catching every tear unshed, understanding even those prayers that my words cannot frame. O Lord, how wondrous is your love, so boundless that it meets me here, so patient that it waits for me, so strong that it carries me, so gentle that it quiets my restless soul. You are the God who never tires, who never turns away, who does not grow weary of my coming. No matter how many times I return with the same burdens, the same failings, the same longings, you are the Father who never ceases to welcome, never ceases to forgive, never ceases to love. And oh, how I need that love, how my soul thirsts for it, how my heart clings to it like a child reaching for the steadying hand of a father. For in a world so fragile, where the ground shifts and the winds rage, it is your love that remains unshaken. It is the anchor that holds, the shelter that covers, the song that never fades. When fear whispers that I am alone, Your love speaks louder when doubt creeps in with its deceit. Your love stands unyielding when my own heart condemns me. Your love reminds me that I am already redeemed. So let me rest in that love. Father, let me dwell in it, abide in it, be shaped by it. Let it soften the edges of my pride, quiet the storms of my anxieties, stretch the boundaries of my compassion. Let it be the lens through which I see the world, the weary souls, the broken hearts, the ones who hurt me, the ones who need you. Let me not merely know of your love, but let me embody it. Let me extend it. Let me be a living reflection of the grace I have so freely received. And yet, Lord, how often do I fail in this? How often do I withhold the love I am called to give? How often do I turn inward, consumed by my own burdens, my own needs, my own fears? How often do I forget that you have called me to be a light, to be a vessel, to be a witness of the mercy that has saved me? How easily do I let frustration harden my heart? Let impatience steal my kindness. Let weariness excuse my indifference? Forgive me, Father. Forgive me for every moment I have chosen self over sacrifice, pride over humility, comfort over compassion. Forgive me for the times I have been quick to judge and slow to understand, for the words I have spoken in haste, for the love I have failed to give. Forgive me for the times I have sought my own way instead of yours, for the times I have resisted your leading, for the times I have clung to control when you were calling me to trust. And yet, even in my failures, your grace abounds. Even in my weakness, your strength upholds. Even in my wanderings, your mercy pursues. You are not a God who keeps a record of wrongs, not a father who turns away in disappointment, not a king who withholds his goodness until I have proven myself worthy. No, you are the God who loves first, who redeems fully, who restores endlessly. You are the shepherd who leaves the 99 for the one. You are the potter who does not discard the clay but reshapes it. You are the Redeemer who does not merely repair but makes all things new. And so, Lord, I ask, not just for forgiveness, but for transformation. Do not let me leave this moment unchanged. Do not let me rise from this prayer the same as I came. Let this morning be the beginning of renewal, of deeper surrender, of greater faith. Break what must be broken, mend what must be healed, strip away what does not honor you, and build within me a heart that reflects yours. Make me a vessel, Lord. Let my hands be open. Let my spirit be willing. Let my life be poured out for your purpose. Let me not be consumed by the temporary, distracted by the trivial, bound by the fleeting worries of this world. Let my eyes be fixed on what is eternal. Let my heart beat in rhythm with yours. Let my days be lived with intention, with purpose, with a hunger to bring you glory. Father, I lay before you every hope, every fear, every longing. You know them all, even those I struggle to voice. You know the burdens I carry, the wounds I conceal, the prayers I have yet to pray. You know the dreams I hold close, the disappointments I wrestle with, the unanswered questions that linger in the quiet spaces of my heart. And you are faithful in all of it, faithful in the waiting, faithful in the uncertainty, faithful in the seasons of abundance and in the seasons of drought. Faithful when the path is clear and when the road is veiled in mist. Faithful when my faith is strong and when it is fragile. Faithful not because of who I am, but because of who you are. So I choose to trust you, not just with the easy, but with the impossible, not just with the seen, but with the unknown, not just with the present, but with the future. I choose to trust that you are working, even when I do not see it. I choose to trust that you are good, even when circumstances try to tell me otherwise. I choose to trust that your plans are higher, that your ways are wiser, that your timing is perfect. And as I trust, Lord, I ask, grant me the courage to walk where you lead. Let me not be a hearer of your word only, but a doer, Let me not be one who prays for change but resists it when it comes. Let me not be one who asks for faith but refuses to step into the unknown. Let me not be one who seeks your will but clings to my own. Make me bold, Father. Make me steadfast. Make me fearless in love, relentless in pursuit of what is holy, unwavering in devotion to what is true. Let my faith not be a flickering flame, but a fire that cannot be quenched. Let my trust in you be the foundation upon which I build my days, the compass that directs my steps, the song that never leaves my lips. And so, in the quiet of this hour, as the night gently surrenders to the dawn, I remain here, lingering in your presence, drinking deeply of the peace that only you can give. Let it settle over me like a gentle rain, filling every hollow place, quieting every restless thought. Let it be the melody that carries me through this day, the assurance that steadies me, the whisper that reminds me, you are here, you are sovereign, you are enough. And though the world may stir, though the sun may rise and the day unfold with its demands and distractions, I will not forget this moment. I will not leave behind the stillness of this communion. I will carry it with me, like a hidden ember in the depths of my soul, a quiet fire that warms, that strengthens, that draws me back, again and again, to the place where I am known, where I am loved, where I am held. And so, Lord, I remain in this sacred silence, resting in the stillness of your presence, breathing in the peace that only you can give. The world outside still slumbers. The hush of the early morning lingers like a gentle embrace. And in this moment, nothing else matters but you. My heart is laid open before you. My spirit is bare. My soul kneels in quiet surrender, longing not for mere answers but for you, your nearness, your voice, your touch upon the deepest places within me. I do not seek the gifts of your hand as much as I seek the wonder of your presence. The beauty of simply being known, held, and loved by the one who formed me before time began. There are no pretenses here, no masks, no carefully composed words, only truth. Only the raw and unfiltered longing of a soul that aches for more of you. I am tired of chasing after things that do not satisfy, weary of placing my hope in what fades like mist. I am done with empty pursuits, with the illusions of control, with the restless striving to fill the void that only you can fill. You alone are my portion, my refuge, my everlasting joy. No treasure compares. No achievement is worth more. No earthly gain can ever replace the sweetness of your presence. So strip me, Lord, of all that hinders. Remove from me every desire that competes with you, every idol that takes up space in my heart where only you belong. If I have placed my security in my own strength, remind me of my need for you. If I have sought comfort in things that are fleeting, teach me to rest in what is eternal. If I have clung to my plans more than I have trusted in yours, loosen my grip and lead me into deeper surrender. Whatever must be removed, remove it. Whatever must be refined, refine it. Whatever must be broken so that I may be made whole, break it. I do not ask for an easy road, Lord. I do not ask for a life without hardship, for a path without struggle, for days filled only with sunshine and never with storm. No, I ask for something greater. I ask for a faith that cannot be shaken, even when the winds rage. I ask for a trust so deep that no trial can uproot it. I ask for a love so fierce that no fear can diminish it. I ask for a heart so steadfast that no disappointment can harden it. I ask for a spirit so surrendered that no loss can undo it. Let me walk the road you have set before me with unwavering trust. Let me not shrink back when the journey grows difficult. Let me not waver when the way is uncertain. Let me not despair when the answers are slow in coming. Teach me to walk by faith, not by sight. Teach me to cling to your promises, not to my own understanding. Teach me to wait with patience, to endure with hope, to persevere with joy. For I know, Lord, that nothing is wasted in your hands. No tear falls unnoticed. No battle is fought in vain. No waiting is without purpose. Even in the silence, you are working. Even in the unknown, you are leading. Even in the darkest night, your light is not dimmed. What I cannot yet see, you already know. What I do not yet understand, you have already planned. What I fear will be my undoing, you have already redeemed. And so I rest in that. I rest in you. I lay down my burdens at your feet, knowing that they are not mine to carry alone. I release the weight of anxiety, of fear, of striving. And I take up instead the yoke that is easy, the burden that is light, the grace of walking in step with you, the peace of trusting in your goodness, the joy of knowing that you are always enough. O Lord, how often I forget this. How easily my heart drifts into worry, into doubt, into the ceaseless noise of the world that drowns out the quiet assurance of your truth. But even in my forgetfulness, you remain faithful. Even when I turn away, you do not. Even when I let fear speak louder than faith, you do not abandon me to my weakness. No, you draw me back, again and again, with love that never tires, with grace that never runs dry. Let me never grow numb to the wonder of that grace, to the miracle of being pursued by the God of the universe. Let my heart never become callous to the beauty of your mercy, to the astounding truth that you see me, you know me, and yet you love me still. Let my soul never cease to marvel at the depth of your kindness, at the tenderness of a father who delights in his children, at the goodness of a God who walks beside us even in the valley of shadows. For in every valley, you are there. In every storm, you are near. In every wilderness, you make a way. In every battle, you go before me. In every sorrow, you are my comfort. In every joy, you are my song. In every season, you are constant. In every moment, you are God. So let this be my anthem, my unshaken declaration. You are my rock. You are my refuge. You are my portion. You are my prize. You are my healer, my provider, my defender, my peace. You are the hand that lifts me, the voice that calls me, the presence that sustains me, the love that holds me fast. And if I have nothing else, if all else is stripped away, if the road ahead is one of trial and suffering and loss, still I will praise you, still I will trust, still I will follow, for you are my treasure, and you are enough. Let my life be a reflection of this truth. Let my words speak of your goodness. Let my actions testify to your grace. Let my love mirror the love you have lavished upon me. Let my days be spent not in the pursuit of my own desires, but in the pursuit of you. Let me be known not for what I have achieved, but for how I have loved. Let me be remembered not for what I have built, but for how I have served. Let my legacy be not of my own name, but of the one who is worthy of all glory, all honor, all praise. For this life is but a breath, a fleeting moment in the vastness of eternity, and I do not want to waste it chasing after what will fade. I want to live for what is everlasting. I want to invest in what will not perish. I want to pour myself out for what will endure long after I am gone. So teach me, Lord, to number my days, to spend them wisely, to love deeply, to serve joyfully, to walk humbly, to live generously, to give freely, to forgive readily, to seek you unceasingly, to hold fast to what is true. And above all, let my life, my every breath, my every moment, be an offering of praise to the one who is worthy, the one who was, and is to come, the one who holds all things together, the one who has written my name upon the palm of his hand, the one who, even now, even in this quiet, even in this breath, is with me, is for me, is forever mine. And so, Lord, my soul continues to pour forth its longing, unceasing as the tide, rising and falling in waves of adoration, surrender, and trust. The night still lingers, draped in its sacred hush, And I do not yet wish to part from this moment. From this holy space where it is just you and me, where time seems to still. And all that matters is your nearness, your voice, the quiet assurance that I am held. Here, in this sacred hour, I feel the weight of eternity pressing gently upon my spirit, reminding me that this world is not my home, that my heart was fashioned for something greater, that all the restless longing within me is but the echo of heaven calling me onward. And yet, Lord, how often do I forget this? How often do I cling too tightly to what is fleeting, placing my trust in what will crumble, anchoring my hope in what cannot last? How easily do I let the cares of this life consume me? Let the worries of tomorrow steal the peace of today. Let the noise of the world drown out the gentle whispers of your presence? But you, O God, are patient, you are kind, you are ever drawing me back, ever calling me to return, ever reminding me that my home is not here, that my treasure is not found in earthly gain, that my soul will never be satisfied until it rests fully in you. And so, I lay it all down again, the striving, the distractions, the burdens I was never meant to carry. I release the grip of my hands, unclench the hold I have upon the things that will pass away, and turn instead to you, my only constant, my only refuge, my only true delight. O Lord, refine me, strip away all that is not of you. Let no corner of my heart remain untouched by your transforming grace. If there is pride, humble me. If there is fear, embolden me. If there is doubt, strengthen my faith. If there is selfishness, break me open to love. If there is any darkness hiding in me, shine your light upon it, that I may walk in truth, in purity, in holiness. Do not let me be content with a faith that is lukewarm, a devotion that is half-hearted, a love that is shallow. No, let me burn for you. Let my heart be set ablaze with a passion that does not fade, a fire that cannot be quenched. And Father, as you work in me, work through me, let me not be so consumed with my own journey that I forget the hurting, the weary, the lost. Open my eyes to the needs around me. Make my heart tender to the burdens of others. Let me love not just in word, but in action. Let my hands be open. Let my feet be willing. Let my life be a reflection of your kindness. Teach me to love as you love, not only when it is easy, but when it is costly. Not only those who are kind to me, but those who wound me, not only in moments of convenience, but in the spaces where love requires sacrifice. Oh, how great is your love, Lord, how wide, how deep, how utterly beyond comprehension, that you would choose to love me, in my frailty, in my failures, in my weakness. This is a mystery too wonderful for me. That you would pursue me when I ran, that you would redeem me when I was lost, that you would call me your own when I had nothing to offer. This is a grace too marvelous to fathom. And yet, it is true. Every breath I take is proof of it. Every sunrise is a testimony to it. Every moment of mercy, every whisper of hope, every undeserved blessing is a reminder of the relentless, unshakable, never-ending love that you have lavished upon me. So let me live in response to that love. Let my life be a hymn of gratitude, a song of worship, a testimony of your faithfulness. Let my days be spent not in pursuit of my own gain, but in pursuit of your kingdom. Let my every step be marked by a longing to bring you glory, to make you known, to reflect the beauty of who you are. And in the moments when I falter, when I fail, when I forget, draw me back. Do not let my heart wander far. Do not let me settle for anything less than the fullness of life that is found in you alone. And Lord, as I walk this road, grant me endurance, for the journey is long, and the path is often steep. There are valleys I do not wish to cross, storms I would rather avoid, burdens that feel too heavy to bear. There are seasons of waiting that test my patience, seasons of loss that shake my faith, seasons of silence that make me wonder if you are still near. But I choose to believe, even when I cannot see. I choose to trust, even when my heart is weary. I choose to keep walking, even when I do not understand. For I know that you are with me, that you go before me, that you will never leave nor forsake me. And if the road ahead is one of suffering, let me not shrink back. If you call me into the fire, let me walk with courage, knowing that you are refining me. If you lead me into the unknown, let me step forward with faith, knowing that you are already there. If you ask me to surrender, let me do so with joy, knowing that nothing I give up for you is ever truly lost. For what is hardship, if it draws me nearer to you? What is pain, if it teaches me to rely upon your strength? What is loss, if in losing, I gain more of you? So I do not ask for an easy road. Lord, I do not ask for a life free of trial. I ask only that whatever comes, you would be glorified in me. That whether in joy or in sorrow, in abundance or in lack, in triumph or in trial, my life would be a testimony to your goodness, a reflection of your grace, a vessel of your love, and that when my time here is done, when I have run my race and breathed my last, I would enter into your presence unashamed, having lived fully, having loved deeply, having spent myself in the pursuit of you. But until that day, until my journey is complete, until the morning of eternity breaks upon the horizon of my soul, I will continue to seek you. I will continue to trust. I will continue to lift my hands in worship, to bow my heart in surrender, to walk in faith, step by step, moment by moment, breath by breath, knowing that you are with me, that you are for me, that you are always, always enough. And so I remain here, Lord, lingering in this moment, in this holy stillness, in the quiet beauty of this communion. The world is stirring now, the night slowly yielding to the dawn, and soon I will rise to meet the day, to step once more into the rhythm of life. But let me not leave this place unchanged. Let me carry this stillness with me, this awareness of your presence, this deep and abiding peace that does not waver with circumstance. For no matter what today may bring, no matter what lies ahead, I know this: you are my God, you are my hope, you are my song, and that is enough. That is always enough. And so, Lord, even as the hush of the morning begins to stir with the quiet breath of dawn, my soul remains in this sacred stillness, unwilling to part from the depths of your presence. Though the world begins to waken, though the hours press forward, I linger still, for there is no greater place to be than here, where my heart communes with yours, where my spirit rests in the warmth of your nearness. My words, though many, are never enough to express the fullness of what my soul longs to say. Yet still, I pour them out, like an offering, like incense rising, knowing that you hear, knowing that you delight in every whispered prayer, every cry of my heart. Oh, how great is your love, Lord, a love that stretches beyond all measure, that reaches into the farthest depths, that neither time nor distance nor failure can diminish, a love that knows me as I am, yet embraces me still, a love that does not waver, does not falter, does not break beneath the weight of my weakness, a love that has chased me through the darkest valleys, that has lifted me when I could not rise, that has held me when all else crumbled. How can I ever comprehend it? How can I ever repay it? All I can do is surrender to it, to let it consume me, transform me, define me. Let me never forget, Lord, that I am held in the arms of this love. Let me never doubt its power, never question its constancy. When the storms of life rage, let me remember that your love is the anchor that holds me firm. When the trials press in, let me remember that your love is the shield that covers me. When the road is long and my strength fails, let me remember that your love is the hand that lifts me, the voice that calls me onward. I am never alone. I am never forsaken. I am never beyond the reach of your love. And so, in the light of this truth, I cast away all fear. I refuse to be ruled by worry, by anxiety, by the burdens that seek to weigh me down. You have not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, of a sound mind. You have called me to walk in faith, not in doubt, in courage, not in hesitation, in confidence, not in despair. And so I will trust in you, not just when the path is clear, but when the way is unknown, not just when the blessings flow, but when the trials come, not just when the answers are swift, but when the silence lingers. For you are faithful, always faithful, and my hope is not in what I see, but in who you are. O Lord, how often I forget this. How often do I allow my heart to waver, to be tossed by the winds of circumstance, to be shaken by the uncertainties of life? How often do I look at the waves instead of keeping my eyes fixed upon you? And yet, even in my weakness, you do not let me sink. Even in my doubt, you do not turn away. No, you reach for me again. You remind me of who you are. You draw me back into the steadying embrace of your truth. You are patient with me, so much more patient than I am with myself. You see the end from the beginning, and you are not troubled by my stumbling, not discouraged by my failings, not wearied by my wavering faith. You are the God who completes what he begins, the God who refines, who shapes, who carries his children from glory to glory. And so I surrender again, Lord, not just in this moment, but in every moment that follows. I surrender my plans, my fears, my desires, my dreams. I lay down every weight, every expectation, every longing that does not align with your will. I place them at your feet, knowing that your plans are higher, that your wisdom is greater, that your timing is perfect. Let me not run ahead of you, nor lag behind. Let me walk in step with your Spirit, trusting that every delay has purpose, that every closed door is protection, that every unanswered prayer is held in the wisdom of your greater plan. Teach me, Lord, to wait well, to wait not with frustration, but with faith, to wait not with despair, but with expectation, to wait not with restless impatience, but with quiet trust. For waiting is not wasted when it is done in your presence. Waiting is not empty when it is filled with seeking you, knowing you, drawing nearer to you. If my waiting refines me, then let me embrace it. If my waiting deepens my dependence on you, then let me rejoice in it. If my waiting is where you are working, then let me rest in it. And as I wait, Lord, let me not be idle. Let me not sit in complacency, in stagnancy, in passivity. No, let me be diligent in what you have placed before me. Let me be faithful in the small things, in the daily things, in the unseen things. Let me love well, serve well, give well. Let me be present in the moments you have given me, in the relationships you have entrusted to me, in the opportunities you have laid before me. Let me not waste this season, nor wish it away, but embrace it fully, knowing that you are working even now, even here. Father, give me a heart that is steadfast, unwavering, unshaken, a heart that does not shift with the tides of emotion, but is rooted in the truth of who you are, a heart that is anchored in your promises, immovable in faith, unwavering in trust, a heart that beats in rhythm with yours, that loves as you love, that seeks as you seek, a heart that is tender to your voice, quick to obey, eager to follow wherever you lead. Oh, how I long to walk in the fullness of all you have called me to be. To live not in fear, but in boldness, to love not with reservation, but with abandon, to serve not out of obligation, but out of joy, to pursue not my own glory, but yours alone. Let nothing hold me back, Lord, not fear, not insecurity, not past wounds, not present trials. Break every chain that binds me. Remove every hindrance that entangles me. Strip away every distraction that pulls me away from you. Make me a light, Lord, a light that shines in the darkness, that points the way to you. A light that is not dimmed by hardship, not extinguished by trial, not hidden by fear. Let me be a reflection of your love, of your grace, of your truth. Let my words bring life. Let my actions bring healing. Let my presence bring peace. Let me carry the fragrance of Christ, so that all who encounter me would not see me, but see you. And Lord, as I step into this day, as I rise from this place of prayer, let me not leave behind this communion, this awareness of your presence. Let me carry it with me, into every moment, into every interaction, into every decision. Let my heart remain in tune with yours, my spirit sensitive to your leading, my soul anchored in the truth that you are with me, that you go before me, that I am never alone. For no matter what this day holds, no matter what trials may come, no matter what uncertainties may arise, this I know: you are God, you are good, you are faithful, and you are enough. So let my life declare it. Let my soul sing it. Let every breath I take be an offering of worship to the one who is worthy of all praise, all glory, all honor, forever and ever. And so, Lord, my soul lingers in this moment, unwilling to part from the embrace of your presence. For where else would I find such peace, such clarity, such unshakable rest? The dawn has begun its slow unveiling, yet my heart remains bowed low, still drinking deeply from the fountain of your mercy, still reaching upward like a child yearning for the steadying touch of its father. I am not yet ready to rise, not yet ready to step into the demands of the day, for I know that apart from you, I am nothing, and without your presence going before me, my steps are empty, my efforts are vain. So hold me here a little longer. Lord, keep me in the quiet where your whispers are clearest, where my spirit is most attuned to the melody of heaven, where the noise of the world has not yet begun its clamor for my attention. Let me breathe in this stillness. Let me soak in this divine communion. Let me be strengthened, renewed, refined by the weight of your nearness. Let my soul not rush ahead, nor my mind wander from this sacred exchange, but let me be fully present, fully surrendered, fully yielded to your will. For I know, Lord, that soon the world will call, and my hands will be needed, and my voice will be required, and the routine of life will press upon me with its responsibilities and expectations. But let me not step into any of it without you. Let me not take a single breath outside of the awareness that you are with me. Let me not move through this day as though you are distant, as though you are not guiding my every step, my every word, my every thought. Let my life be an extension of this very prayer, a continuation of this moment of surrender, a living testimony that I am not my own but wholly, completely, eternally yours. O Lord, how quickly do I forget this? How easily do I slip into self-reliance, into thinking I must carry the weight of this life alone, into believing that it is by my strength, my wisdom, my effort that I must navigate this journey. But you, in your infinite grace, remind me again and again that I was never meant to bear these burdens alone. That you, O God, are my strength, that you are the lifter of my head, the sustainer of my soul, the keeper of my every breath, that it is not by might, nor by power, but by your Spirit that I move, that I live, that I overcome. And so, I surrender once more, not just the burdens I have recognized, but the ones I still cling to without realizing, the unspoken fears that linger in the back of my mind, the silent doubts that try to take root, the wounds I have not yet allowed you to heal, the desires I have not yet placed at your feet, every hidden thing, every unspoken longing, every hesitation that keeps me from full abandon. I lay them all down now, here in the stillness, trusting that nothing surrendered to you is ever lost, trusting that whatever I place in your hands is held with perfect wisdom, perfect care, perfect love, and in return, Lord, I ask, not for ease, not for comfort, not for the removal of every trial, but for the strength to walk through them with unwavering faith, for the endurance to press on when the way is long, For the grace to trust when the answers do not come as quickly as I would hope. For the patience to wait when your timing does not align with my own. For the courage to step forward when you call me into the unknown. For the humility to follow even when I do not understand. For the boldness to declare your truth, even when the world pushes back. Let me not shrink in the face of adversity. Let me not waver in the presence of doubt. Let me not compromise in moments of temptation. Let me be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Let my faith be like a tree planted by streams of living water, rooted so deeply in your truth that no storm can uproot it. No drought can wither it. No darkness can overtake it. And if trials come, Lord, if suffering is part of the road you have set before me, then let me walk through it with joy, knowing that nothing is wasted in your hands, knowing that every hardship refines, every affliction draws me closer to you, every breaking is a doorway to greater healing. Let me not resent the trials, but embrace them as opportunities to know you more, to trust you deeper, to become more like you in my endurance, in my perseverance, in my unwavering hope. For you are not just the God of the mountaintop, but the God of the valley, not just the God of triumph, but the God who walks beside me in every sorrow, not just the God of answered prayers, but the God who is sovereign even in the waiting. You are the God who turns mourning into dancing, who brings beauty from ashes, who redeems what the enemy meant for harm. And if this life brings hardship, if the road is marked with suffering, let me count it all joy. For to suffer with you is far better than to walk in ease without you. And Lord, as I walk, let me not walk alone. Place within my life those who will encourage, who will sharpen, who will strengthen my faith when it grows weak. Let me be surrounded by those who love you, who seek you, who will spur me onward in truth and righteousness. And in the same way, make me such a person to others. Let me not live for myself, but let my life be poured out in love, in service, in selfless devotion to those you place in my path. Let my words bring life. Let my presence bring peace. Let my love be a reflection of yours, deep, unwavering, unconditional. And Lord, in all of this, above all of this, let me never lose my first love. Let my heart never grow cold. Let my devotion never become routine. Let my worship never become mere obligation. Let me never tire of seeking you. Never grow complacent in my faith. Never become so distracted by the temporary that I lose sight of the eternal. Keep my fire burning, Lord. Keep my passion alive. Keep my love for you ever deepening, ever growing, ever reaching toward the fullness of all that you are. For you, O God, are my portion. You are my prize. You are the desire of my soul, the longing of my heart, the fulfillment of every need. You are enough, now, tomorrow, forever. And so I cling to you. I hold fast to you. I root myself in you, knowing that as long as I am in your presence, I lack nothing, I need nothing, I want for nothing. And so, as the morning breaks, as the light begins to stretch across the sky, as the day calls me forward, I step into it not in my own strength, but in yours, not with my own wisdom, but with the wisdom that comes from above, not with my own plans, but with a heart fully yielded to yours. Whatever this day brings, whatever joys or sorrows, whatever victories or challenges, let my response be the same. You are good. You are faithful. You are worthy of all my trust. And so, with a heart at rest, with a soul at peace, with a spirit anchored in the unshakable truth of who you are, I rise, ready to walk, ready to trust, ready to live this day, and every day that follows, as an offering to you. And so, Lord, as the light of dawn begins its quiet ascent over the horizon, I rise in spirit but not in haste, for my heart is still bowed before you, drinking in the fullness of your presence. I do not wish to rush from this place, from this sacred communion where my soul finds its home, where the weight of the world is lifted, where every breath is an offering and every moment is an embrace of your unfailing grace. Even as time moves forward, even as the day begins its steady unfolding, let my spirit remain here, rooted, steady, unshaken in the knowledge that you are near. For you, Lord, are not a distant God, not a silent observer, not a far-off ruler who watches but does not intervene. No, you are here. You are Emmanuel, God with us. You are the whisper in the stillness, the hand that steadies, the voice that calls me ever deeper into trust. You are the peace that surpasses understanding, the joy that is untouched by circumstance, the love that cannot be measured. You are my strength, my song, my salvation, and so I lean into you. Lord, I lean into the truth that no matter what this day holds, you are already there, that no matter what challenges may arise, you have already made a way, that no matter what burdens may seek to weigh me down, you are the one who carries me. I will not walk in fear. I will not be ruled by worry. I will not let anxiety dictate my steps. For my confidence is not in what I can control, but in the one who holds all things in his hands. Oh, how often do I forget this? How often do I allow my heart to be troubled by things that are passing, by concerns that are momentary, by fears that hold no power in the presence of your truth? How often do I let my mind dwell on the unknowns of tomorrow, rather than resting in the certainty of who you are today? But you, O Lord, are patient. You do not grow weary of my wandering heart. You do not tire of calling me back to trust. Even when I falter, even when my faith is weak, you remain faithful. So teach me, Lord, to rest in that faithfulness. Teach me to trust not only in the moments when it is easy, but in the moments when it is hardest. Teach me to hold fast to your promises, to anchor my soul in your word, to fix my eyes not on what is seen but on what is eternal. Let me walk by faith, not by sight. Let me build my life not on the shifting sands of this world, but on the unshakable rock of your truth. And as I walk, Lord, let me walk in love. Let my heart not be closed off, not be hardened by the trials of life, not be guarded by fear. Let me love as you love, freely, abundantly, unconditionally. Let me love not only those who are easy to love, but those who challenge me, those who test my patience, those who stand in need of grace. Let my words be seasoned with kindness. Let my actions reflect the gentleness of your Spirit. Let my presence be a testament to the love I have received. O Lord, how great is that love! A love that sought me when I was lost, that embraced me when I was undeserving, that forgave me when I had nothing to offer in return. A love that chose sacrifice, that bore my sin, that endured the cross so that I might be free. A love that does not keep records of wrongs, that does not waver, that does not grow weary. A love that is higher than the heavens, deeper than the ocean, wider than the expanse of time itself. Let me never take that love for granted. Let me never become numb to the wonder of it. Never become so familiar with grace that I cease to be in awe of it. Let me wake each day with gratitude, with reverence, with the overwhelming realization that I am known, I am seen, I am held by a love that is beyond my comprehension. Let me live in response to that love, not out of duty, not out of obligation, but out of the pure and joyous overflow of a heart that has been forever changed. And Lord, in that love, make me bold, not in arrogance, not in pride, but in a quiet, unwavering confidence that comes from knowing who I am in you. Let me not shrink back when you call me forward. Let me not be timid in sharing the truth. Let me not be afraid to stand firm in righteousness, to walk the narrow road, to live in a way that is set apart. Let me be unashamed of the gospel, unashamed of my faith, unashamed to declare that you alone are God. For this world is fleeting. Its glories are temporary. Its treasures are dust. But you, O Lord, are everlasting. Your kingdom has no end. Your truth does not change. Your promises do not fail. So let me live for what will last. Let me invest not in what will perish, but in what is eternal. Let my heart be captivated not by the things of this earth, but by the glory of heaven. Let me store up treasures where moth and rust cannot destroy, where thieves cannot break in and steal. Let my life be a reflection of where my true home is. And as I live, Lord, let me not live in isolation. Let me not walk this journey alone. For you have created us for community, for fellowship, for the sharpening of iron against iron. Surround me with those who will encourage, who will uplift, who will spur me on toward love and good deeds. Let me be humble enough to receive wisdom, to be corrected when I stray, to be strengthened by the prayers of those who walk this road beside me. And in the same way, Lord, let me be that for others. Let me be a voice of encouragement, a source of strength, a vessel of your truth in the lives of those you have placed around me. O Lord, how much I need you. Every hour, every moment, every breath, I need you. I do not want to take a single step without your leading. Do not want to speak a single word without your guidance. Do not want to make a single decision outside of your will. Be my compass, my light, my ever-present help. Keep my feet from stumbling, my heart from growing cold, my spirit from becoming weary. Keep me close, Lord, keep me near. Do not let me drift. Do not let me wander. Do not let me become so caught up in the cares of this life that I lose sight of what truly matters. And so, as the sun now rises, as the world awakens, as the day begins in its fullness, I step forward, not in my own strength, but in yours, not in my own wisdom, but in the wisdom that comes from above, not in my own confidence, but in the quiet assurance that you are with me, that you go before me, that you are working all things together for my good. Whatever this day holds, I receive it as a gift. Whatever trials may come, I face them with faith. Whatever blessings you pour out, I give thanks. Whatever moments of stillness or moments of chaos, I remain anchored in the truth that you are sovereign. You are present. You are enough. And so, Lord, I continue forward, walking, trusting, hoping, abiding, not as one who is uncertain, not as one who is lost, but as one who is fully, completely, eternally yours. And so, Lord, as I take my first steps into this day, let them be guided by you. Let my heart not race ahead of your will, nor lag behind in hesitation, but let me move in perfect harmony with the rhythm of your grace. Let me be aware, at every moment, that I do not walk alone, that you go before me, preparing the way, that you walk beside me, steadying my steps, that you are behind me, covering my past with mercy and redemption. You are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and in you, my every moment is secure. Let my mind be fixed on things above, not on the distractions of this world. Let my thoughts be aligned with truth, not consumed by fear or doubt. Let my words be an outpouring of life, not tainted by impatience or carelessness. Let my actions be guided by love, not by selfish ambition or fleeting desires. Lord, let this day be one in which my life reflects your goodness, in which every encounter, every decision, every task is an act of worship to you. I know, Lord, that as I step into this day, there will be challenges. There will be moments when my patience is tested, moments when fear tries to creep in, moments when the burdens of life feel heavy upon my shoulders. But I refuse to be shaken. I refuse to let worry steal my peace. I refuse to let the lies of the enemy drown out the truth of your promises. For you have said that you are my refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. You have said that when I pass through the waters, you will be with me. When I walk through the fire, I will not be burned. You have said that no weapon formed against me shall prosper, that nothing can separate me from your love, that you are faithful to complete the good work you have begun in me. So I stand upon these promises. I choose to believe, Even when my circumstances tempt me to doubt, I choose to trust. Even when I cannot see the outcome, I choose to praise you. Not just when blessings overflow, but in the waiting, in the refining, in the stretching of my faith. For you are just as worthy in the storm as you are in the sunshine. You are just as good in the wilderness as you are in the land of abundance. You are just as present in the valley as you are on the mountaintop. O Lord, let this be the song of my heart today, a song of unwavering faith, of steadfast trust, of boundless gratitude. Let me not wait for the perfect circumstances to worship you, but let me declare your goodness in every season, in every trial, in every breath I take. Let my life be a testimony that you are enough, that you are faithful, that you are everything I need. And Lord, as I move through this day, let me not be consumed by my own needs and desires. Let me not be so focused on my own plans that I fail to see the divine appointments you have set before me. Open my eyes to the hurting, the weary, the broken-hearted. Give me compassion that moves beyond mere words and into action. Let me not walk past those in need, but let me be your hands and feet, offering kindness, offering comfort, offering love in the places where it is needed most. Let my presence bring peace, not strife. Let my words build up, not tear down. Let my actions be a reflection of your character, a demonstration of your grace. If there is someone today who needs encouragement, let me be the one to offer it. If there is someone who needs to know they are seen and valued, let me be the one to remind them. If there is someone who needs forgiveness, let me extend it without hesitation. If there is someone who needs love, let me love with the same measureless love I have received from you. And Lord, as I seek to love others, let me also walk in the humility that comes from knowing that I am nothing apart from you. Let me not be puffed up by my own achievements, nor take pride in my own strength. For every good thing in me comes from you. Every victory is by your hand. Every success is a reflection of your grace. Keep me humble, Lord. Keep my heart soft, my spirit teachable, my posture one of surrender. Let me never grow so comfortable in my faith that I cease to hunger for more of you. Let me never become so complacent that I stop seeking, stop growing, stop pressing into deeper waters. O Lord, how I long to know you more. How I long to hear your voice more clearly, to walk more closely in step with your Spirit, to be so deeply rooted in your presence that nothing in this world can shake me. Let my hunger for you be insatiable. Let my desire for you be unrelenting. Let my pursuit of you be unwavering. For you alone satisfy the deepest longings of my heart. You alone are the treasure worth seeking. You alone are the well that never runs dry. And so, Lord, I lift my hands once more, in surrender, in expectation, in full assurance that you are with me, that you have gone before me, that you have already written this day in your book, and nothing that comes my way is beyond your control. I choose to walk in joy. I choose to walk in peace. I choose to walk in love. I choose to walk in faith. Whatever comes, whatever unfolds, whatever you ask of me today, my answer is yes. Yes, Lord, I will trust you. Yes, Lord, I will follow. Yes, Lord, I will lay down my own will and take up my cross. Yes, Lord, I will walk in obedience, even when it is hard, even when it costs me, even when the road is uncertain. Yes, Lord, I will love as you have loved me. Yes, Lord, I will stand firm in truth. Yes, Lord, I will live this day, not for myself, not for the fleeting things of this world, but for your glory alone. So let this be my offering. Let this be my sacrifice of praise. Let this be the testimony of my life, that I am yours, that I have been redeemed, that I have been set free, that I have been called to something greater than myself, that in all things, in all circumstances, in all seasons, my heart declares, you are good, you are sovereign, you are worthy. And so, as this day begins, I walk forward, not in fear, not in uncertainty, but in the unshakable assurance that I am held, that I am led, that I am fully known and fully loved by the one who holds all things together. And that is enough. That will always be enough. Lord, as this day unfolds before me, let my heart remain steadfast in the awareness of your presence. Let not the noise of the world drown out the still, small voice of your Spirit. Let not the distractions of my own thoughts pull me away from the nearness of you. Keep me centered, keep me focused, keep me wholly devoted to the path you have set before me. Let every breath I take be a reminder of your sustaining grace. Every step I walk be a declaration of trust. Every word I speak be a reflection of the love you have poured into my life. Let my hands be open, ready to give, ready to serve, ready to release whatever I have clung to too tightly. Let my feet be swift in obedience, willing to go where you call, willing to move when you stir my heart, willing to stand firm when trials come. Let my eyes be fixed on what is eternal, seeing beyond the temporary troubles of today, looking past the fleeting worries that seek to entangle my mind. Let me see people the way you see them, with compassion, with patience, with a desire to love rather than judge. Let me see the hurting and not turn away. Let me see the weary and offer rest. Let me see the broken and extend my hand in grace. There is so much I do not know, so much I cannot control, so much that lies beyond the reach of my understanding. But you, O Lord, hold all things in your hands. You see the end from the beginning. You order my steps with perfect wisdom. You lead me in paths of righteousness. Not always the easiest path, not always the one I would have chosen, but always the one that brings me closer to you. Give me faith to follow. Give me patience to trust. Give me courage to walk boldly, even when the way is uncertain. When trials come, let me not shrink back in fear, but stand firm in faith. When disappointments arise, let me not turn to despair, but cling to the hope that is unshaken. When temptation calls, let me not be led astray, but stand upon the solid foundation of your truth. Strengthen my heart, O God, for the battles that lie ahead. Strengthen my resolve to pursue righteousness, to reject compromise, to stand for what is true and good, even when the world tells me otherwise. If suffering is my portion today, let me bear it with joy, knowing that every hardship refines, every trial strengthens, every burden carried with faith is an offering of worship to you. If today brings moments of weariness, be the rest my soul longs for. If today brings challenges beyond my ability, be the strength that upholds me. If today brings seasons of waiting, let me not be restless, but embrace the stillness, knowing that you are working even when I cannot see. Every heartbeat, every breath, every moment of this life is a gift from you. Let me not waste it on things that do not matter. Let me not spend my time chasing after what is fleeting, investing in what will not last, building treasures where dust and decay will claim them. Let me store up my treasure in heaven. Let my time be given to what is eternal. Let my energy be spent on what glorifies you. Let my thoughts dwell on what is true, what is noble, what is praiseworthy, what is pure. Make my life a living testimony of your faithfulness. Let every struggle I have faced, every battle I have fought, every valley I have walked through be a story of redemption, a witness to the grace that has carried me, the love that has sustained me, the mercy that has never failed me. Let me not be ashamed of my weaknesses, for in them, your strength is made perfect. Let me not hide my scars, for they are a testimony of healing. Let me not regret my past, for you have turned what was meant for harm into good. Let my faith not be a private thing, hidden away in the quiet corners of my life, but a light that shines in every space I enter. Let me not be afraid to speak of you, not hesitant to declare your goodness, not timid in sharing the hope that is within me. Let my life speak even when my words do not, reflecting the joy and peace that can only come from walking with you. Fill me with wisdom, O Lord, wisdom to discern your voice amidst the noise, wisdom to choose what is right, even when it is difficult, wisdom to navigate the complexities of life with grace and humility. Guard my heart from arrogance, from self-reliance, from the temptation to lean on my own understanding rather than seeking you in all things. Keep me teachable, keep me humble, keep me ever aware of my need for you. If today you call me to stand still, let me not resist. If today you call me to move forward, let me not hesitate. If today you call me to lay something down, let me not cling to what was never mine to hold. Let my hands be open, my heart surrendered, my will aligned with yours. For you are my God, my rock, my salvation. You are the one who formed me, who knows me, who has written my days before I took my first breath. You are the one who sees beyond my fears, beyond my failures, beyond the limitations I place upon myself. You are the one who calls me deeper, who draws me closer, who refines me to be more like Christ. So whatever this day holds, I receive it as a gift. Whether it is a day of joy or a day of struggle, a day of clarity or a day of questions, a day of strength or a day of weakness, let me walk through it with gratitude. Let me see your hand in the smallest details. Let me find your grace in the most unexpected places. Let me trust that nothing is wasted, that no moment is without purpose, that even the ordinary is infused with divine significance when lived for you. Let my prayers not end when I leave this quiet place. Let them continue throughout the day, in whispered conversations with you, in silent moments of reflection, in the way I love and serve and walk in obedience. Let my heart remain ever open, ever listening, ever surrendered, for this life is yours. Every breath, every heartbeat, every hour, yours. Every plan, every dream, every longing, yours. Every victory, every failure, every tear, every joy, yours. Nothing withheld, nothing kept back, nothing reserved for myself, fully yours. And if at the end of this day, I have done nothing else but loved you more, trusted you deeper, walked in closer step with you, then it will have been a day well lived. If all that is seen in me is more of you and less of myself, then I have lived in the way you have called me to live. If all that I have done has brought you glory, then my purpose has been fulfilled. For you are my portion. You are my prize. You are my beginning and my end. You are my song in the morning and my refuge in the night. You are the one I seek, the one I follow, the one I will pursue all the days of my life. Let me never grow weary of seeking you. Let me never lose my wonder. Let me never take for granted the privilege of walking with the King of Kings, of being known and loved by the Creator of all things. Let my life be an offering. Let my days be worship. Let my every breath declare that you alone are worthy. Lord, let the rhythm of this prayer continue as the rhythm of my life. Let my every thought, my every movement, my every breath be a silent hymn of devotion to you. As the sun rises higher in the sky, let my heart rise with it, swelling with gratitude, overflowing with praise, steady in its surrender to your perfect will. Let nothing pull me away from this awareness of your presence. Let nothing rob me of the peace that flows from knowing that I am yours. Let me walk with purpose, not as one aimless or uncertain, but as one who knows where she is going, toward you. Always toward you. Let every road I take, every path I choose, every decision I make be measured against this one truth. Does it lead me closer to you? Let me not be swayed by the temptations of comfort, nor driven by the urgency of worldly desires. Let me not seek the fleeting over the eternal, nor trade what is holy for what is merely good. Let my pursuit of you be single-minded, my love for you undivided, my longing for you the greatest hunger of my soul. Lord, I surrender my plans to you, for I know how easily they become idols in my heart. I hold them before you with open hands, willing to let them go, willing to see them reshaped, willing to release even the dreams I have nurtured for years if you call me to something greater. For you, O God, are the master architect, the one who sees the full design of my life when I can only glimpse fragments. Your plans for me are not bound by time, not limited by my understanding, not hindered by my weakness. You make a way where I see no way. You bring beauty from what I see as broken. You fulfill promises in ways beyond what I could ask or imagine. Teach me to trust in your timing, Lord, for you are never late. You are never too slow, never inattentive, never indifferent to the desires of my heart. You see what I cannot see. You protect me from what I do not know. You are preparing me for what is to come, shaping me in the waiting, refining me in the longing, deepening my dependence on you in the spaces where answers have not yet come. Let me not resist this process. Let me not fight against the waiting. Let me not grow weary in the waiting. Let me embrace it as a sacred season, knowing that even here, even now, you are working, when I am tempted to compare my journey to that of others. Remind me that your plan for me is unique, that my path is not theirs, nor theirs mine, that the blessings you give are perfectly tailored to the life you have called me to. That no delay is wasted, no detour is without purpose, no unanswered prayer is unheard. You are the God who sees me, the God who knows me, the God who is writing my story with wisdom and love. Let me trust in that. Let me rest in that. And as I rest, Lord, let me not grow passive. Let me not wait in idleness, but in expectation. Let me use this time to grow, to learn, to draw nearer to you. Let me be faithful with what is before me, diligent in the work you have given me, devoted in the relationships you have placed in my life. Let me not waste today longing for tomorrow. Let me not miss the beauty of now while looking ahead to what is next. Let me see your hand in the details of today, your presence in the ordinary, your grace woven into the fabric of my daily life. Lord, guard my heart against discouragement, for I know how quickly my spirit falters when hope feels distant. Remind me that you are always near, that you are not a God of abandonment but a God of steadfast love. When doubts whisper lies, let your truth be louder. When fear creeps in, let faith be stronger. When I feel weak, remind me that your power is made perfect in weakness. When I feel unworthy, remind me that I am covered by grace. When I feel lost, remind me that I am held in the hands of the one who never lets go. Let my mind be a garden of truth, not a battlefield of anxiety. Let my thoughts be aligned with what is good, not consumed by what is uncertain. Let me meditate on your promises, dwell on your faithfulness, fill my heart with words that bring life. Let me reject every thought that is contrary to your word. Let me take captive every fear, every lie, every whisper of doubt and bring it into submission to the authority of Christ. Let my mind be renewed daily, transformed by the power of your Spirit, steadfast in the knowledge that you are sovereign over all things. Lord, as I step into this day, let me do so with courage. Let me not shrink back in fear. Let me not hesitate in obedience. Let me not wait for conditions to be perfect before I move. Let me trust that if you call me, you will equip me. If you send me, you will sustain me. If you lead me, you will go before me. Let me not look at my own inadequacy, but at your sufficiency. Let me not be consumed with self-doubt, but filled with confidence in you. Let me not wait for strength to come from within, but draw from the wellspring of your unending power. Fill me, Lord, with a spirit of generosity. Let me not cling tightly to what I have, but freely give as you have given to me. Let me be quick to bless, quick to serve, quick to pour out love in tangible ways. Let me not see my resources as my own, but as tools for your kingdom. Let me not count the cost of kindness, but give without hesitation. Let me not seek recognition for my giving, but find joy in the quiet act of blessing others. Let my life be marked by an open hand, by a heart that delights in sharing, by a spirit that reflects the extravagant love of the God who gives without measure. Let my words today be life-giving. Let them be seasoned with grace. Let them build up and not tear down. Let me speak truth in love, correction in gentleness, encouragement in sincerity. Let me be mindful of the weight of my words, careful with the tone of my speech, intentional in the way I communicate. Let me not waste words on gossip, on complaining, on negativity. Let me use them to uplift, to strengthen, to bring hope. And in the quiet moments of this day, when no one is watching, when no one is listening, let me be the same. Let my heart be as devoted to you in the hidden places as it is in the public ones. Let me seek you not for show, but out of true longing. Let my worship not be performative, but genuine. Let my prayers not be empty words, but deep communion. Let me love you with all my heart, all my soul, all my mind, all my strength, not just in the grand gestures of life, but in the small, unseen moments that no one else will ever witness. Let me be faithful in the little things. Lord, let me serve in the unseen places. Let me do the work that no one thanks me for with the same joy as the work that is acknowledged. Let me give my best, not for human approval, but as an offering to you. Let me be a faithful steward of what you have placed in my hands, knowing that nothing done for you is ever wasted. Keep my heart pure. Keep my motives holy. Keep my spirit willing. Keep my love for you burning brightly, never fading, never growing cold. Let me wake each morning with eagerness to walk with you. Let me end each night with gratitude that I have known you more that day. Let my life be a journey ever deeper into your presence, ever nearer to your heart, ever more aligned with the purpose for which I was created. Let my very existence be worship. Let my life be an altar. Let my soul be a vessel overflowing with praise. Let my soul remain steadfast in this devotion, unshaken by the tides of life, unwavering in its pursuit of you. Let this prayer not be confined to these early hours, not be a fleeting moment of surrender that fades as the day advances, but let it be the anthem of my life, the foundation upon which I stand, the unbroken melody that carries through every task, every conversation, every thought. Let my communion with you be ceaseless, not bound by words but woven into the very fabric of my being. An ongoing conversation, a continual abiding in the presence of my God. Let me walk through this day with a spirit of expectation, with eyes that search for glimpses of your handiwork, with ears attuned to the whispers of your voice. Let me not be so consumed by routine that I miss the miracles embedded in the ordinary, the way light dances upon the leaves, the way laughter rings through the air, the way kindness softens even the hardest of hearts. Let me see you in the details, in the quiet beauty of creation, in the sacred simplicity of breath and life and love. Let me not be blind to the evidence of your goodness, deaf to the songs of praise sung by all of existence. Let me wake with wonder, move with gratitude, rest with peace, knowing that I am living in the masterpiece of your design. If my heart begins to wander, call me back. If distractions begin to pull me away, realign my focus. If my thoughts become clouded with worry, clear them with the light of your truth. Let me live in full awareness of the battle for my attention, the war that rages between the sacred and the mundane, between faith and doubt, between surrender and self-reliance. Let me not be caught unaware, not be lulled into complacency, not be deceived into thinking I can walk this road apart from you. Keep me vigilant, keep me awake, keep me aware that my need for you is not just in the moments of trial, but in every breath, in every heartbeat, in every decision both great and small. Let me never grow weary of seeking you, never become satisfied with shallow faith, never allow my love to grow cold. Fan the flame within me, Lord, let it burn brighter with every passing day. Let my hunger for you increase, my thirst for your righteousness deepen. Let my longing for your presence surpass every earthly desire. Let me crave time with you more than I crave comfort, more than I crave success, more than I crave the approval of others. Let nothing take precedence over you. Nothing hold a higher place in my heart than the one who gave everything for me. If I am to be known for anything, let it not be for talent, for status, for wealth, for accomplishment. Let me be known as one who walks with God, as one whose life bears witness to a love so profound, so transformative, so relentless that it cannot be ignored. Let my presence bring peace. My words bring healing. My actions reflect the kindness of Christ. Let me be a light in dark places, a vessel of hope, an instrument of grace. Let my life tell the story of redemption, of mercy, of a God who never lets go. And if this day should bring trials, if hardships should come, if disappointments should arise, let my response be worship. Let me lift my hands not only in the moments of ease but in the midst of struggle. Let me praise you not only when the blessings are abundant but when the path is difficult. Let my faith not waver with circumstance, not rise and fall with emotion, not be dictated by what I see. Let it be rooted so deeply in you that no storm can uproot it. No trial can shake it. No darkness can overcome it. For you are unchanging. You are steadfast. You are the anchor that holds me firm when the waters rage. Let me be quick to forgive, slow to anger, abundant in grace. Let me not hold onto offenses, not dwell in bitterness, not allow wounds to fester. Let me release every hurt into your hands, trusting that you are the just and righteous judge, that you see every wrong, that you heal every wound, that you redeem what is broken. Let me love even when it is hard. Let me extend kindness even when it is undeserved. Let me choose reconciliation over resentment, humility over pride, mercy over judgment. Let me remember that I too have been forgiven much, that I stand only by grace, that I am no more deserving than the one who has wronged me. Let me live in the freedom of forgiveness, in the joy of a heart unburdened by grudges, in the peace that comes from letting go. Teach me, Lord, to cherish what truly matters, to invest in relationships, not possessions, to prioritize people over productivity, to measure success not by what I gain but by how I love. Let me be present, truly present, in every moment, not rushing ahead to the next thing, not distracted by what is fleeting. Let me savor the beauty of now. Embrace the sacredness of the present. Live fully in the moments you have given me. Let me love deeply, laugh freely, give generously, and live with open hands, unafraid to pour myself out for the sake of others. If today is my last, let me live it well. Let me not leave words of love unspoken, kindness ungiven, gratitude unexpressed. Let me not assume there is always more time, but cherish what is before me. Love fiercely, give without hesitation. Let me be ready, always ready, to meet you face to face, having spent my days in pursuit of what is eternal, having lived in a way that reflects the glory of the one who called me. And when this day comes to a close, when the sky darkens and night settles in, let me look back not with regret but with peace. Let me see your fingerprints in the moments I might have otherwise missed. Let me rest in the knowledge that I have walked with you, that I have sought you, that I have lived for you. Let my final thoughts before sleep be ones of praise, of gratitude, of quiet surrender. Knowing that even in the night, you watch over me, that even in my slumber, you are at work. Let my life, O Lord, be a continual offering. Let it be worship in motion, a song that never ceases, a testimony that never fades. Let my breath be prayer, my steps be devotion, my days be marked by the pursuit of the only one who truly satisfies. Let me not settle for a life of mere existence, but live with passion, with purpose, with unwavering faith. Let me wake each morning eager to know you more, to love you better, to serve you with greater joy. Take every part of me, every fear, every dream, every weakness, every strength. Mold me, refine me, use me. Let there be nothing held back, nothing kept for myself. nothing left unyielded. Let me be all yours. Always yours. Forever yours. Let this be the cry of my heart, the anthem of my days, the unending prayer of my soul. Let this cry remain unbroken, flowing like an unceasing river from the depths of my soul. Let my heart beat in rhythm with this prayer. Let my spirit never grow weary of lifting its voice to you. In the quiet moments and in the chaos, in the stillness and in the storm, in the rising of the sun and in the setting of the stars. Let my soul be steadfast in its devotion, unwavering in its longing for you. Let me wake each morning with a song of gratitude on my lips, not merely for the blessings that are visible, but for the unseen mercies that have sustained me through every season. Let me give thanks not only for what has been given but also for what has been withheld. Knowing that your wisdom is greater than my understanding, let me trust that even in the no, there is grace. Even in the waiting, there is purpose. Even in the unanswered, there is love. Let my faith be one that does not falter when the road grows difficult. Let it not be a faith that wavers with the winds of circumstance. Not a faith that is only strong when life is easy, but a faith that stands firm in the face of trials. Let my faith be the kind that walks through fire and is not consumed. The kind that enters the lion's den and does not fear. The kind that steps out onto the waters without hesitation, knowing that if you have called me, you will sustain me. Let me trust in your provision even when I cannot see how the need will be met. Let me believe in your goodness even when I do not understand the unfolding of your plan. Let me hold fast to your promises even when they seem distant. For I know that your word does not return void. Let me not be discouraged by what appears to be delay. For you are the God who is never late. Let me not grow impatient when answers seem slow in coming. For you are the God who is always on time. Let me not fall into despair when the path is unclear. For you are the God who makes a way in the wilderness, who parts the seas, who calls the dead to life. Let my hope be anchored not in what I can see, not in what I can control, but in the one who holds all things together, who weaves every thread of my story into something beautiful, something eternal, something beyond what I could ever ask or imagine. Let my heart be free from the chains of fear, from the burden of worry, from the weight of anxiety. Let me walk in the peace that surpasses understanding, in the confidence that comes from knowing that I am fully held, fully known, fully loved. Let me not be afraid of what is to come, not be consumed by the unknowns of tomorrow, not be shaken by the uncertainties of life. For you are already there. You have gone before me. You have written my days in your book before one of them came to be. Nothing that awaits me is outside of your sovereign hand. Let me live with eternity in mind. Let me make decisions that reflect the reality that this world is not my home. Let me not be entangled by temporary pursuits, not be distracted by what will pass away, not be consumed by what will one day be forgotten. Let my life be one of lasting impact, of kingdom purpose, of heavenly significance. Let me invest in what will not perish. Let me build what will not crumble. Let me chase after what will not fade. Let my love be genuine, without condition, without hesitation, without selfishness. Let me love even when it is costly, even when it is inconvenient, even when it is undeserved. Let me love not just in word, but in action. Let me love not just those who love me, but those who reject me. Let me love not just when it is easy, but when it requires sacrifice. Let me love the way you love, with patience, with kindness, with forgiveness, with relentless pursuit. Let me be a vessel of your grace, pouring out what I have received, not hoarding mercy for myself but extending it freely to those around me. Let me be a peacemaker in a world of division, a light in places of darkness, a reflection of Christ to those who are searching, those who are hurting, those who are longing for something more. Let my presence bring warmth. Let my words bring healing. Let my life point always to you. Let me be humble, O Lord, Let me never become so self-sufficient that I forget my need for you. Let me never become so focused on my own plans that I resist yours. Let me never become so enamored with my own success that I fail to see the hands that have carried me here. Let me never grow so confident in my own wisdom that I cease to seek yours. Strip away every ounce of pride, every seed of arrogance, every thought that exalts itself above the knowledge of you. Keep me ever in awe of your greatness, ever dependent on your grace, ever surrendered to your will. Let me not waste the time I have been given. Let me not put off what you have called me to do. Let me not assume that there will always be more time to make things right. To extend kindness, to share the gospel, to love well. Let me live each day as if it is my last. Not in fear, but in purpose. Let me not delay obedience, not postpone reconciliation, not hold back from what you have placed before me. Let me embrace each day as a gift, an opportunity, a sacred moment that will never come again. Let my prayers not end with my words, but be lived out in my actions. Let my worship not be confined to the moments of singing, but be reflected in the way I live, the way I give, the way I love. Let my devotion not be mere emotion, but a commitment that withstands the test of time, that endures beyond the highs and lows, that remains unshaken through the changing seasons of life. Let me be faithful, O Lord. Let me be faithful in the unseen, in the unnoticed, in the ordinary moments that shape who I am. Let me be faithful in the small things, knowing that it is in faithfulness with the little that I am entrusted with more. Let me be faithful in my words, in my commitments, in my responsibilities. Let me be faithful in my love for you, in my love for others, in my pursuit of holiness. Let my life be a continual offering, a living sacrifice, an unending prayer that rises to you like incense, day and night, without ceasing, without wavering, without reservation. Let my heart remain on the altar. Let my hands remain open. Let my spirit remain yielded. Let this be the song that never ends, the prayer that never stops, the anthem that carries me from this moment into eternity. And so, Lord, as this prayer lingers upon my lips and settles deep within my soul, let it not be merely words spoken in the quiet of this moment, but a covenant written upon my heart. Let it be a vow that shapes my days, a longing that directs my steps, a fire that never fades. Let it not be confined to these early hours, but let it flow into every breath I take, into every decision I make, into every act of love, every moment of surrender, every whisper of worship. As I rise from this place of prayer, let me not leave behind the stillness of your presence, nor the peace that surpasses understanding, nor the clarity that comes from dwelling in the light of your truth. Let me carry it with me, into the tasks before me, into the conversations that await, into the uncertainties that lie ahead. Let me walk in the confidence that I do not go alone, that I do not step forward in my own strength, that I do not face this day apart from you. Whatever may come, whatever this day holds, whatever joys or trials, whatever victories or struggles, I will trust in you. I will praise you in the abundance, and I will praise you in the waiting. I will seek you in the certainty, and I will seek you in the unknown. I will stand firm in faith. I will walk in love. I will rest in grace. For you, O Lord, are my beginning and my end, my refuge and my strength, my portion and my prize, my song in the morning and my peace in the night. The one who calls, the one who leads, the one who is forever faithful. So take this prayer, take my heart, take my life. It is yours, fully and forever. Amen.